So it says at the top of page 13, you need to watch the video titled Polynomials Video 2 to complete this assignment. Keep in mind, this is not your notes. You need to go to the back of the class or get from Ms. Pearson the page that's yellow and it has multiplying polynomials on it. When you get this sheet, you need to cut on the dashed line. So you'll cut the paper in half. What we're doing is we're making a foldable. This foldable will be your notes for the rest of this unit. So you're going to cut it in half. So if you look, you have multiplying polynomials and monomial by monomial. You want to line it up. Put this sheet on top of the monomial by monomial. Line it up so that the one is a flap over the other top. And then you want to fold it over so that it lines up like this. All right, you'll line it up, then you're gonna crease it, and then you'll need to make sure you have Ms. Pearson's stapler nearby, or a stapler. Make sure it's nice and straight. You're gonna take the stapler and just put 2 staples in it at the top, okay? So then if we start our notes, the monomial by monomial, you need to stop the video to finish that. That's okay. So be sure you get your notes made and you'll be wanting to use this. You're going to open it up to the front, the first page. And these are our notes. You'll use these notes to complete page 13. So before we continue with multiplying polynomials, we need to make sure that we understand the law of exponents, the product property. So we're looking. Our rule is that if you have a to a power, remember this is called an exponent or a power, the m and the n. What you want to do when you multiply them together is you want to add the numbers. Okay, so if you look here, we have x times x. It only works when your base, which is the root, the letter, is the same. So if you look here, we have x and an x. So our new one would be whatever 4 plus 6 is. So it would be x to the 10th power. Okay, so let's look at example 1. So what you want to do, you want to make sure that they have to have the same base for you to add them together. So looking at example 1. We need to multiply 4r to the 3rd, s to the 4th, times 6r to the 5th, s to the 6th. So what we want to do first, we want to multiply our coefficients. Your coefficients are the numbers in front. Remember your vocabulary. 4 times 6 is 24. Then our r's, r to the 3, r to the 5th, are the same base. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to circle them just so we make sure we understand what we're doing. So our base will be r, and our new exponent would be 3 plus 5. The last one is the s. S to the 4th, s to the 6th. So you keep the base, x, and you're going to add 4 plus 6. So when we rewrite it, we have 24. R, 3 plus 5 is 8. And then we have our new one, S, 4 plus 6 is 10. So my answer would end up being 24, R to the 8th, S to the 10. Okay, let's look at example 2. So we have our coefficients out in front. 9 times negative 2, which is a negative 18. The next variable I see is that we have an x squared, and then I have an x to the 3rd. So I'm going to keep the base, and I'm going to add 2 plus 3. If you look next, I have a y here, and I have a y here. They don't have an exponent, but if you look, how many do I have? I have 1 So I'm going to put a 1 and I have a 1. So I'll put a second 1. So I have y 1 plus 1. Sorry if you can't see that. I tried to write dark enough. The last one, that takes care of the first monomial. I still have z to the 6th over here. So I'm just going to bring it down. There is nothing to change there. So when I rewrite it, I have negative 18. Bring down my base x, so then 2 plus 3 is 5. Bring down my base of y. 1 plus 1 is 2, so now it's y squared. And then you also don't forget about z to the 6th. It's all about adding your exponents. So then when I'm done, my answer is negative 18, x to the 5th, y squared, z to the 6th power. Sorry, this then is my answer. Using these notes from your foldable, you need to complete page 13.